We're full service. We're a band from Austin, Texas. We tour the country on stages big and small. As you can see, we love performing. But we also love beer. So we found a way to combine these two passions. This is the story of our nationwide tour of breweries. First we perform, then we taste test. The full service Hoppin' Along tour. Join us.
We're here at Smog City Brewing's tap room at Steelcraft here in North Long Beach.
Wait, everybody duck so they can see the Steelcraft.
Okay.
Nice duck.
Right,
Nice
Steelcraft.
duck.
That's awesome.
Amazingly, we got both owners of Smog City here, a dynamic duo. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Jonathan Porter, also known as Porter.
Wait for the traffic.
And I'm Lori Porter.
I noticed you have the same last name. Is that pure coincidence?
We are actually married.
Oh.
Yes. We just celebrated 11 years and met in college. Came out to California, discovered craft beer.
Congrats.
Works.
Thank you.
11 years.
Proof.
We started in 2011 and started selling the beer, brewing the beer, and distributing the beer all on our own. And then from there moved into a distribution deal with Stone Distributing and opening our own tap room in Torrance.
What's your differentiator? What's the thing Smog City does best or does differently that you guys are really proud of?
I think our sort of unofficial slogan is the creatively inspired, exceptionally balanced beer. So we always like put our spin on classic styles, but like always everything is in balance. And I think that's sort of our attitude toward what we make. But the differentiator is that I come from 7 years of professional brewing before we even opened a brewery. And I think that our quality and our consistency really helps us shine. You may not have heard of a beer that we've made, or you may not have tried us before, but it's like, oh, Smog City, oh, I like that beer. I know that they're a good brewery. I know that even if I haven't had that, I'll try it because it's going to be good.
In overall brand arching is that we are, really quirky and kind of funny characters, and we cater our brand to be like us. And the people that really respond well to it tend to be like-minded and tend to have that sort of, they sink their teeth into our company because we try to put all of our personality into that brand and push it forward.
Yeah.
Sounds like our band.
Yeah.
Sounds very familiar.
I mean, with the rise of like the hipsters, there is a real need for people that can be themselves, right?
Sure.
That you don't have to be inside a box, you don't have to wear khakis, you don't have to wear a polo, you don't have to say the same thing that the person next to you says.
Although there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Khakis and polos.
There's
I'm
nothing wrong.
Totally fine.
I was like, shit, am I wearing khakis or a polo?
No.
Is this too close to a polo?
But I think
I have an eyes on.
But I do think that there is a need in modern society for people to be able to express themselves as they want to be, and that there's a huge demographic that loves that and wants it.
We've been a band for 14, 15 years, and we've always existed outside of the normal realm of things. We're happy to do stuff on our own, or we've done some big touring with other bands, stuff like that, but it always comes back to us kind of making our own way. It always reflects our personality. Like we have our own festival that we started called the Full Service Circus, and every other year a couple hundred fans from around the country come.
That's awesome.
Spend a weekend in Austin and experience like Austin through our lifestyle and music.
Wow.
Right.
And the fourth one's happening in October.
That's amazing.
Doing stuff like that. So let's get into the beer here. Right off the bat, what I love is that you guys made a me-sized glass.
Yeah, Jesus.
So Porter, tell us about the beer you decided to go with here.
Well, so we thought, since we're at Steelcraft, this repurposed shipping container, what do we call this project? Yeah, sure, here in Long Beach, Steelcraft IPA.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love IPA? I don't know, because we sell a lot of IPA. And this one is super hoppy, a ton of Amarillo on the front. Not too much bitterness, but just enough to balance. We'd also enjoy drinking this since it was kegged yesterday and then hand delivered yesterday afternoon.
So we usually start with the smell. Doing the smell.
Get in there.
Most good IPAs have that good fruity smell, and this definitely has that good fruity smell like a good IPA.
I agree with you.
One thing that we shoot for with Amarillo is like a stone fruit character, but depending on the crop year, you get more or less of it.
What is a stone fruit?
Stone fruit is of the drupe family, considered to be like
There we go.
apricots and peaches and plums.
Okay, you've said birthed and droop.
The drupe fruit.
So next up is look.
I really like the look of it. It does look a little bit more pale, a little bit lighter than IPAs that we get out in Texas. Again, very balanced, like you said. So it looks like it's a very healthy middle ground.
The guys yesterday at Iron Triangle were talking about how for a long time it was like trying to make the beer as clear as possible, and now they're sort of moving like, yeah, screw it, let's just make it dirty as possible. But personally, I like this super clear look of this one. Strength. So we'll give it a little taste. Like, just for your reference, I have extremely low tolerance, and I drink maybe 10 beers a year. I didn't make a crazy face. That's usually a key thing. I found
It's embarrassing every time we taste beer. Every time.
So this one doesn't feel that strong. It feels like maybe in the 5 range. No?
I'm gonna say definitely not 5.
8?
I'm gonna say.
But you've had this much, and he's had that much.
This is in upper 6, low to mid 7. I'm gonna guess.
I'm right there with him. 7.3 is my guess.
I'm gonna go 7.1.
6'8".
6'8".
Whoa. I don't use numbers, actually. I use heavy metal bands for reference.
Okay,
so,
all right.
I'm putting this at kind of like Motley Crue. You know, they got some real grit. They're from the streets, you know, but it's not like it's not real dark, like dark metal kind of.
Right.
It has it's still fun, even though it's a little bit like risque Hollywood feel.
There's a ballad here and there, right?
Yeah, there's a ballad.
yeah,
for sure. Hell yeah, there's some ballads.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Home sweet home.
that's true.
I'm a dreamer.
That's it.
So can you guys decode what Motley Crue means in terms of numbers?
I think he means. I'm surprised he went 5% matching with Motley Crue, because to me Motley Crue is like a 6 point.
I don't know.
6 flat.
He's guessing. He's guessing.
6 flat.
But
yeah.
what is it? What's the ABV?
6.8.
6.8.
Oh, Smell nailed it.
Smell nailed it.
It's that smell.
It was that guy in the corner.
So, go on to feel.
On a feel.
Feel.
Well, you said the word crisp, and I had that in my pocket right after my first sip. It's crisp, and I might be saying that because I'm also feeling a little crispy outside. It's that the weather is crisp. It has an initial bite right off the swallow, but then after that I get a little bit of juice, kind of. There's sort of a
Like fruit juice?
juicy.
I know
Thinking
what
like a
you're talking
droopy stone fruit.
about. Droopy stone fruit.
Yes.
Sure.
That's definitely the word of the day. I gotta tell you that at no point during this entire interview have we used a real term that brewers or tasters of beer use to describe beer. This is awesome.
That's
no. This is awesome. This is good because it puts it in more layman's term. It's like, you know.
How about this?
Well, let's do
Hop
it.
forward.
I would hope so.
Is this hop forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, it's
It's
just,
very
you know,
much so.
It's not. We're not on sideways though.
Yeah,
It's not like fruit forward or something.
Yeah.
Not like a Pinot Noir.
Drinking any frickin' Merlot over here.
Yeah.
So our last little segment here is where we all, in our minds, you guys don't know full service is music, maybe you do, I don't think so. But in our minds, we choose what full service song would represent this beer. So we say it together out loud and see if we can match up and then describe it. So,
I'm gonna call. I'm on the line. I'm gonna call an audible.
all right.
Audible. Omaha. Instead of a full service song, what full service band member does this beer remind you of?
Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Smell.
Oh,
I agree with you.
You said Weber?
Weber,
All right.
dude.
What did you say?
It's definitely you.
This guy.
All right.
Oh, I was
I
like,
said
oh.
myself.
All right.
Yay,
3
three.
for Weber.
I said smell.
All right. I said smell.
One for himself.
3 for Weber, 1 for Hogue, and 2 for Smell. Why'd you go with Smell?
I gave it to smell because I know him. I know his body. I know he responds well to these types of beers, and also just because he guessed the ABV, it's right in his wheelhouse. He likes IPAs between 6 and 7.
Anyway, well, we love the beer. Thanks for having us out here to play and having us some of your beers. This is great.
It's awesome to meet you guys.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
To Smog
Go
City,
play
to
some music.
Steelcraft.
Smog City.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But if you glance from the corner of your eyes, you can catch a glimpse of your shadow. Heard a sudden